Welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War England Campaign, episode the 20th of me, Walker. And when we left off, we've got wars and more wars, and territory, and I'm helping myself to more territory. The Holy Roman Empire has recently been excommunicated, and I have taken it as my opportunity to strike without papal retribution. However, it is generating ire from other factions who the Holy Romans have annoyingly allied themselves with. This is a price to pay, but at the same time, I have conquered Metz, and I am now imminently taking Staufen. These are both nice little castles, which will put a dent in the Imperial ability to produce military units. And I would like to start moving on Stuttgart, if this was it again, Frankfurt, since it will put me near the Danish, who have recently gone to war with me. So we're preparing our troops, and we're also going to try and send a strike team up to Copenhagen in order to cause some issues. So Lawrence Bedell is going to go
Tomorrow's
up to Copenhagen
journey
and just get a
out,
little bit of a gauge on how strong the Danish are in order to ensure that our strike goes properly. If landing here isn't possible, we're going to land in Finland or Sweden or Stockholm and make our move there. Or better yet, we might try and take Oslo, which will then put us on the Danish doorstep and will also just give us access into their lands. Either way, I suspect we may need to fight the Danish to the end, which is something that I don't want to do because it's a distraction from my main goals of eliminating the French, who are causing more problems the longer I allow them to live, as they are now trying to convince the Spanish to join a war against me. But we'll do what must be done in order to ensure my borders are safe. I'm also seeking to legitimately terminate my alliance with the Scottish. However, I will not be starting a war with them, and I'm not even going to terminate the alliance because right now I need the friends I can get.
Your orders, sire.
But I want to verify it's an option. I could have probably just looked it up on a game FAQ, but, well, I didn't. Also down here, by the way, there is still things going on. We're just trying to locate the position of a final Egyptian settlement in this area, and once we've taken it, we're going to start making our plan to put a push onto Gaza. Time is on the Egyptian side. I have kind of made it an ally of them, but at the same time, I'm ensuring that my position in Cairo and Alexandria is satisfactory, because we do need to improve public order in Cairo, which we're doing in part by improving the garrison, but we're also making sure that Mr. Fitznail here can continue spreading Catholicism among the lands. We also recently lost our own cardinal, which is making it harder for me to have sway within the papal court. We're okay with this current pope, however, my favour has been high, and he disapproves really of my continued actions against the French. Still, the Venetian Preferati is hopefully the next pope. The Venetians are already on my side. I could try and spin this into a profit. Either way, we are pretty much at the end of this turn, so we are going to continue on to the next one, and we're going to observe everything that happens within this world, see if the Danish attempt to make a move, if the Imperials retaliate, if the French are going to attack me. It's all going on right now, so let's watch it all go on. Alright, so that witch is moving into my land, so I best get rid of it before the Pope starts giving me funny looks. Not really too much of interest happened in excessively long turn transition, but okay. Either way, we have been issued order to blockade Bordeaux once more, because I honestly don't know why the court nobles can't get any more creative, but anyway.
It is not blasphemy. You simply do not understand.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that French priest failed to get rid of her because, well, she's French.
This is the heathen in question, my lord?
We have a 49% chance of burning this witch.
The heretic
so
will
we'll
not survive.
And if Michel does it quite well, perhaps a cardinal ship will be on the cards for him, where we will deal with him and then we'll
Continuing
deal with
one
else.
side
So
of
first
it.
things first, end of term report. It's lost a teeny bit of money, but as you can see, we're starting to get to that point now where our treasury is starting off in a much more comfortable position each turn. The Danish seem to be very uninterested in blockading Rennes, by the way, which is a good thing, but Nottingham will need to ensure that we have a suitable navy. Now, what's better, a cog or a hulk? I don't really know. Oh, wait, a hulk is better. Since it's built out of nice, durable oak, it's a development of a cog. It can hold and carry more soldiers, blah, blah, blah. It's better, right. Prepare 2 hulks. Oh, we can go for 3 hulks if I wish to. It'd be expensive, but we need a tough navy to get into Danish lands, for the Danish are tough customers. Captain John, I want you in position and ready to go. We're going to make sure I have everything that we need before we go. Franz Chamberlain, by the way, would you like to go on a holiday? Or did I know that other guy left in Bruges is Mr. John? So yeah, Franz Chamberlain, he's someone who's aspiring, so he's also now holier than thou, which is giving him a negative thing to his command, but he causes less squalor but more unrest, so maybe I'll let him go for a little wander. So Francis, is that what your name is? France? I don't like your name, right? Get your ass, no, come on Franz, get your ass out of here.
Sire.
Take control of the army and you'll be leading the march into Denmark. By the way, Edward's been born. Which Edward it is, I don't know. Hopefully it's the one with very long legs, which will hammer the Scots up a bit. Construction report, by the way, Paris has completed its blacksmith, Cairo a city watch, and Metz a leather tanner, so we can get some upgrades up and running. So Metz, if you would so kindly, well, once we're not auto managing, we shouldn't be doing that. Put you on your good old growth policy. Let's start equipping our men with better armour, please. And Paris, you also now have the ability to top up the armour of a few of your men, so hop to it, please. Recruitment report, by the way, Nottingham has produced a few more dismounted feudal knights, some billmen, rams, some heavy spear. Well, that's not retraining actually, so okay. Alright, Nottingham, send out the additional knights and male and knights, actually. So our army looks like this so far. We've got 3 units of dismounted feudal knights, quite a lot of mailed knights. So yeah, we've got a pretty strong cavalry army. I'd say the thing that lacks in this army is actually counter cavalry stuff. So I'll send for a few spear militias in London to lend a hand. But it does have a negative impact on London. I do want to start building that fairground, but maybe we need to work on something for a public order such as a city watch, which will also increase our recruitment options in London, which is always a good thing, so we're going to go for that for definite. Relations improved, by the way. Venice likes me more. Thank you, Venice. Right. That's looking like a more balanced out army now, so once those hulks are done next turn, we're going to set off. And there's still many other things to worry about this turn. We're going to do the siege of Staufen. We're going to keep Rufus on his path. Anthony, can we get you over here? And there's our other town, the town of Dongola, crawling with Egyptian merchants, which really need to be put to rest. However, I cannot recruit assassins here just yet, but that would be something to definitely look into. I am very low on money at this point, actually, but maybe working on a port in Cairo will help me pull in some coin, especially once we... Actually, you know what? Don't build the port just yet. Maybe we'll do better once we have control of Dongola. What we know about Dongola is it's got a small garrison and it is a castle, so that's already cool. I can basically use that for troop production. The issue with Dongola is its remote location, but it'll make a suitable standing until Gaza is mine. So we shall
continue tomorrow, my liege.
Right, so that's Egypt settled for a while. There's also going to Poitiers. Not quite sure what he's up to at the minute, but yeah. I think for now my current strategy is I'm going to focus on the Imperials and the Danish. I want to deal with the French, definitely, but right now my numbers are stretched. If I can prepare enough men at Angers, though, I think our next target is going to be Bordeaux. But the risk of taking Bordeaux is 1, the Pope's going to whine again, and 2, that'll give me a hard border with the Portuguese, who, while at peace with me right now... Oh, are you still... Oh, shit, are they still... No, they're still excommunicated. Oh, wow, he's doesn't like Venice, by the way, and I suspect it's because he's mates with me. But yeah, the Portuguese are someone who are consistently in my way, and I can't work out their true motivations. Sometimes they're helping me, sometimes they're hindering me. That makes them a risk. Right, Lawrence.
Yes, my lord.
I want you to have a little walk up to this fortress here,
sire.
known as Hamburg. What do we know about Hamburg? Well, we know Hamburg is very weak, so that's fine. And while you're here, can you have a little chat with this
their
Byzantine
dignitary,
diplomat?
sire.
I believe we're well, not owed, but I would like to negotiate for some map information with them.
Is there something I can do for you, noble lord?
By the way, we don't like them, or at least they don't like me. We already have trade rights, but I want to trade some map information, so let's see what happens.
I see no problem here. It is agreed.
Thank you very much.
This concludes our meeting, yes?
So what we know about the Byzantines is I don't think they're doing too well, actually. They're losing land to Venice, that's for sure. They're still in control of Constantinople and of Corinth. But looks like the Venetians have been quite reliably drilling their way into Greece and taking up some land. They still also own Nicaea and Trebizond. However, it seems that the Turks has now moved into Caesarea Iconium, and Semania is no longer controlled by the Byzantines. They still hold on to Cyprus though, which will help them out. But yeah, things could be better for the Byzantines, I guess. Anyway, they're not my issue right now. My issue is you.
Your orders, sire.
Keep moving up.
Approaching
towards
their
Copenhagen.
dignitary, sire.
If we can't take Copenhagen,
Tomorrow's journey planned
this will be a
out,
viable
sire.
target as well, though. So I don't really want to be worrying about Gerhard von Heidelberg.
The Kaiser's finest yearn to face you in battle.
Yeah, but the Kaiser isn't... whatever, right. So yeah, they're all doing their thing. Right, Edgar.
Hail, my king!
Let's not beat around the bush anymore. I want you to launch
By
your attack
your
on
will,
Staufen
sire,
and
we
take that
shall
town down.
engage.
So initiate the assault and just do a good job, please. That's all I ask of you. Prince Albrecht has been abandoned by his Kaiser, so strength ratio is 6-5 in my favour. We can't do night attacks, and I'm not really interested in doing it. It's literally just Prince Albrecht with his general's bodyguard. Yeah, they're going to be a bit tough to deal with, but at the same time, get all the billmen hoarding around him, get my mailed knights, and get Edgar in there, and Staufen will be ours. So let's just move in. Nothing really to say. It's going to be a very quick battle.
Muster your courage, men! We march into battle!
Yeah, we match because we'll just play the entire battle on fast forward pretty much, but like I said, I don't trust auto-resolve, and I like to see important people die in front of my eyes. Or we could get a ransom on him.
God's wounds. Will no one show me an enemy worthy of my sword? Just kill them, lads!
I wouldn't have thought of that myself. Right. That is about it. One unit of billmen is going to do the initial phase of the battle by taking a ladder up to the walls and getting us inside. And then the other lot is just... Actually, you know what? The ram could probably just do it both at once, really. But at the same time, I don't want to risk the ram. The rams have a habit of catching fire, but then again, you know what? Fuck it. I bet you can do it. Right, billman, you must just ram that gate down, and then, you know, we can even get the ladders up there. Or we can do something. Simple as that. Drop the ladder for now, though, and just prepare to move out. I'm just going to have you line up here. Archers will be right behind you as well, and then knights, you're with Edgar. You know what you're doing, right? Let's get on with it. So, right, ram... Get in there, take down the gate, as predicted. It seems that our foe has... Actually, no, he's on the move. Right, so he'll be somewhere else. Okay. Well, if we find and kill him at any point, then that's just fine by me, because we'll take this guy down, or he'll just retreat back to his little fortress. And looks like the enemy towers aren't really fighting back, probably because there's no one to actually man these defences. It's practically an abandoned castle. We're probably just attacking a private villa of this guy, so
The battering ram is in place. It'll not be long before our enemy's defences fall. Our men have done well. The gates have fallen.
Right, so we straight up fucked that gate, so let's slow things down now. Looks like Albrecht's going to make his run for the central city, so you lot need to keep on the ram. but I'm going to get the knights in now, just in case he has other ideas. Also, alternate unit of billmen. Do you want to just get yourselves in the city as well? Just want to ensure that...
the Lord is with us today. We've captured the enemy's walls.
We may have, but it looks like Albrecht wants to put another layer of walls in between us. Mailed knights, don't get too far ahead of yourselves. Let the gates be taken down naturally first before we finish the job. Either way, we deal with once more a coward, or maybe he's just someone who wants to put off his face. Either way, this is actually quite a scenic castle, wouldn't you think? These lovely mountains and all that. So the game doesn't decide to have to fight a battle by matching up these stupid things, because, well, that's always fun. Either way, billman, just get in there and do your thing. That's all I ask of you. I'll let the cavalry finish this one off, or the cavalry can probably just do this one just fine. I mean, you billmen are all well and good, but technically you don't have a bonus against cavalry, even though you are capable of pretty much hurting cavalry quite nicely. But let's just play it safe. I'm pretty sure I can probably resurrect a couple of additional mailed knights here. This is quite a nice castle after all, where we'll be able to help ourselves to some other things maybe. Anyway, it'll do more under me than it will under those lazy Imperials. That's for sure. Alright, knights, let's get ourselves ready. He may try to sally forth, so let's just make sure we're ready to lend a hand should things go titting-upping. Anyway, get in there and just absolutely fuck that gate once more. It's fun watching it on fast forward actually, because the gate just gets absolutely hammered.
Our men have reached the gate with the battering ram.
Yeah, that gate isn't doing well. Right.
Our men have done well. The gates have fallen.
Bloody mad skills, by the way, to put the game speed to normal right before we're out on the final strike. Right. Knights, get in there, that's all I can say, really. Just get in there and deliver the final hurt. Billman, if you want to throw yourselves in the mix, that's absolutely fine. Actually, you know what, Mailed Knights, get in there first, because I don't want the general just suddenly somehow dying upon the initial charge, so just get in there. There isn't really a lot we can do, it's just really a case of just put the hurt on him. He is better armoured than you, however, but I am confident in you guys to still deliver a fair amount of damage to our enemy. Here we're in. Okay, Edgar, I want you to get around the flank. Billman, if you could do the same as well, that would be absolutely excellent. We'll try and surround the so-called Prince of the Reich. We'll bring him down a peg on 3, or better yet, just kill him. But then again, if we get to ransom him, that would be even better. He'll pay. I mean, I'm sure the Kaiser, in all his wealth and wisdom, that...
By St. George, our men have taken control of the castle.
He'll want to pay for the safe return of his son.
Our men are winning the battle.
If
we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right, could you just fall off your horse or surrender and just not die, please, so that I can take you prisoner and
they have lost half their men.
Yeah, even this crap army has half their men. Okay.
By St. George, our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
I wanted him captured, but fair enough, he's out of my hair at least. Right. Clear out the rest of the gutter, and then we will move into our lovely new castle. Who's left? Foolish people who have not yet surrendered. I don't even know why they continue to fight. They may as well surrender. I'll offer them very nice jobs as my new pumpkin had. Oh well. It's their loss at the end of the day. Their loss of Rudy.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
There isn't really a lot to awe about, but okay. I'll just say we've had a nice, satisfying victory. Yeah, there we go. We win. Lost 9 men. Not a lot to say, really. Well, I can say that Staufen is mine, and the Prince of the Reich is eliminated. That's probably going to piss off the Imperials, but oh well. Gives me access to even more territory,
Glory,
at least.
honor, victory! My lord, our courage and honor have conquered.
So we're going to occupy it, which makes Edgar a little more noble in his rule. And yeah, there isn't really a lot we can do, but we can start retraining the men. I suspect this is due to having... Yes, we've got a blacksmith here. We've also got a drill square, which will give us access to billmen... Well, we can actually just look at what we've got here. So we've got access to dismounted feudal knights, yeoman archers, because we have a better archery range. So these are a new unit to us. So yeoman archers are a bit like longbows, I suspect. They've got a decent melee attack, and they actually do more melee damage than they do missile damage, but their attack isn't that high anyway. And their defense isn't that bad either. But yeah, these guys are able to use sharpened stakes. They're anti-armor. They're good in the woods and they're good in the snow. And their missiles have a very long range. Drawn from the English freeholders required by the king to be trained in warfare, yeoman archers are highly skilled ranged troops, lightly armoured and equipped with a longbow for ranged combat, as well as wielding a large metal mallet for crushing armoured opponents in melee. Yeomen are able to lay defensive wooden stakes to help keep enemies at bay. So, yeoman archers are basically the next evolution of the longbow, man. So that is pretty darn cool. They're a little bit more expensive, but their upkeep is actually identical. So, yeah, the yeoman archer is clearly the better investment in this time around. We also have access to hobilars and mailed knights, and that's really about it. So yeah, good selection. We're going to start upgrading our troops that we have here, and then we can also start working on paved roads, which will increase roads and trade, which is actually an idea. But Staufen's already pulling in a nice profit, and I think these last few florins may be better utilised elsewhere. Metz could use a chapel, if I'm honest, because it's got nothing, and I need to keep building these things just to keep the Pope on my side. But at the same time, a blacksmith also tempts me, since this is now basically effectively a frontier town against the Imperials. And having well-armoured troops, well, yeah, I mean, we need to buff up the garrison. So we're going to work on that blacksmith for definite. And that leaves me with very few florins. So I think for now, I'll leave the florins I have, and we'll await the next turn. And speaking of, I do believe we've done everything we can. We're moving on Dongola. Our merchants continue to do their thing. Admiral Barnaby... Maybe an idea to start pulling you to London. We'll wait for a while, or we could blockade Bordeaux again. I'm not sure it's going to annoy them. It's going to annoy the Pope, but you know what? What's the reward today? Some nice units. All right, get it over and done with while no one's looking.
Blockaded, sire.
The Pope's going to knock, but if we just do it quickly, then we're absolutely fine. Right. And last but not least, actually this turn, Samuel,
yes,
can we have a little chat with Prince Kennedy?
Approaching their dignitary, sire.
Hi, my friend. What can we do for you?
So we are able to legitimately cancel our alliance, by the way, which means we will be able to eliminate them peacefully. But we can also just make some other things. So I'm going to request their map information to see if they actually did take anything. I doubt it. And I'm also going to well, I'm not going to ask for military. Why would I want military access? I think we already have it anyway, but yeah. We're just going to do a thing. But you know what? I'm going to demand a little bit of florins out of them, because you know what? I bet I can. Their wealth is reasonable, so you know what? Protection racket time. I asked for 500. I asked for 500 florins. Gimme. The time for our alliance's demise has come to pass. We will seek our own... Oh, did I actually accidentally cancel the alliance? Fuck's sake.
Another proposition for us, eh?
Oh well.
That was uneventful. Good day.
Alliance in tatters, by the way. Yeah, we no longer are mates. Whoopsies. What does Scotland think of me now? They still like me. Can we re-ally, maybe?
Yes, my lord.
I only wanted money. Okay, right. That teaches me for pressing the wrong button, if I did. Oh well. I think I just pissed them off by asking for them for money. They probably thought I was a beggar, but hey. I'm just sat here not crushing you, but if you want, I could just go and crush you now. I mean, King David just sits there with some fucking ballistas. What do I have here? Mailed Knights, Billman, right. Can't recruit anything good at Iverness, but you know what? York, rustle up a couple of spears or something. York is not good at recruiting, is it? Carnarvon? Actually, yeah, Carnarvon. I want your spears heading up north. We're gonna, well, you know what? We're gonna do it. Let's just get this over and done with. Send those spears up north, and then, yeah, I'll basically throw everything I have in Iverness at Edinburgh. We'll finish them now. Hopefully, Prince Kennedy doesn't do anything annoying and twatty while we're not looking. And we're going to try and get Bruges and Antwerp prepared to defend themselves should the Danish attack as well. Either way, I think that's where we are going to call it a turn. So let's proceed on to the next turn and observe the world around us once more.
Greetings. Our people have something to discuss.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could trade with the Perp. Alright, Perp, we'll trade.
Glad to agree on this. Until next time.
Right, and Lenz has been given the opportunity to establish a merchant's guild as well, which will probably make my merchants actually useful in the area. Proceed with a construction, please. Its mercantile trade has begun to flourish within the city, and this guild will be the sign that the guild heads have seen their potential in this place. The building itself serves as a clerical headquarters for the guild to administrate trade in the region, bringing higher profits in thanks to the guild's broad connections. Merchants trading in the city will be more likely to be skilled and educated, something that I really need. Right, and a few other things happen. First things first, what's going on with those cardinals? Yes, I have a new cardinal. Paul de Beauchamp, who is, I think that's a woman, has actually been promoted to the position of cardinal, as has Millet Jeannin of France, annoyingly. Olive Riera, the unorthodox of Venice, and Ulaslo of... Oh wait, sorry, two had died. Oops. Wait. Paul de Beauchamp is our new cardinal, who is... Where is Paul? I'm trying to view him and he's gone for a wander. Paul, you better not have died instant. Oh, he's a preparati already. Right.
Your Highness. God's servant.
He is currently lurking in Dublin. Right, you. I'm going to go wandering. Let's go preach somewhere else, but either way, I am very happy that this guy's a preparati.
I shall continue tomorrow.
He's still in his prime as well, which means, despite she being a woman, we may have very good use for him, as in he could be the next Pope, and that could solve a lot of my problems. Denmark really doesn't like me, by the way, because for some reason they see it as an offence that they have to go and blockade all my ports, and what are you up to?
We are not contesting these waters with you.
You say that, but I don't trust you Spanish and Portuguese as far as I can throw.
My lord.
Right, France, while the Danish Navy is distracted, we're going to make our move.
my lord.
Lawrence, let's have a
Yes,
shifty
sire.
up here, and looks like the town of, it's not Copenhagen, but it's the town of Aarhus is pretty well defended, and it's currently captained by Prince Toraren. What we know is there's some peasant archers, spear militia, yeah. While the garrison may be a little tougher than usual, the army I'm sending is, well, it's not my finest army, but you know what, it's a competent army. Proceed with your attack.
Full sail.
We're going to make our move on Aarhus and really punish those Danish for starting a war on me. Where are we up to over here, by the way? There's another rebel in the area, Captain Alam.
Infidel.
I'll deal with him later.
Hail my king.
We'll keep moving on Dongola. Anthony, I want you back up north and observing the Egyptians.
I shall continue.
Papa's blocked, by the way. Samuel Window can't go anywhere because he's hated.
What is it you wish to talk about?
Don't really want to do anything with these guys anymore. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Well, that was uneventful.
Very uneventful. What I did learn as well is I don't think I have any more territory. I mean, I could just ask for it again, actually.
If you wish to parley, noble sire.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, you've already done
I
something this
cannot
turn,
do
yeah.
that, sire.
Right, let's see. End of turn report, by the way. Yeah, losing a bit of money, so we're going to get back on top of that. Jasper Chapman and Francis Brown have been born, by the way, and Giles Brown has now been considered more chivalrous in his rule, and he's gained additional authority. Construction complete, by the way. We have a grain exchange set up in Antwerp, which will bring in some more money. And recruitment report, Nottingham has recruited some Holts, which have basically set sail, and we did a lot of retraining. Once those Holts have made their delivery, by the way, we're going to send them back, and we're going to crush the Danish Navy. The Pope, by the way, has he... No, actually, we're going up a little bit with the Pope, so that's fine. That means he... Probably because I actually managed to get a Cardinal back in office. So, at least he isn't getting whingy about my things going on here.
Many differences our people should resolve.
I don't know who we were talking to there. Right. By the way, there's a Polish princess in the area. We need a new spy watching the Imperials, if I'm honest. We could also recruit a new priest if I'd like to, but I don't. Instead, recruit some additional feudal knights. I want to push deeper into Imperial territory. It might be risky, but getting Frankfurt will be an absolute pleasure for me. But at the same time, it seems that this... Oh, wait, the garrison's actually quite big. You'd think with that flag, Dijon's actually quite weak.
God's
Michel...
servant.
Oh, that's a new cardinal, by the way. Imagine if we could kill him. We are working on that tavern. Oh, wait, we can... Now we can recruit... I don't get this game sometimes. Right, recruit a new assassin and a new spy. I need agents working for me again, even if they are somewhat dubious or untrustworthy. Deal with those Cairo rebels. What do we know about them?
I will not waste words on you, infidel.
2 units of town militias, barely worth my time. Right. Cairo. Well, we can't recruit any cavalry in Cairo just yet. That is a shame. We could start working on an inn actually for spies and assassins. Alexandria has. I could work on a blacksmith actually in Alexandria. I think we're going to need better troops to be better than the Saracen militia, but at the same time, well, we've got a ship priority. Merchant's Wharf will be useful. City Watch will give us access to more archer militia and all that good stuff. Cairo could actually work on a militia drill square soon as well, which will actually enable us to recruit build militia, who will basically be billmen. That is what we definitely need in Cairo. But for now, start working on a church. The city's having public order issues, so I want those being. I want to be on top of those for now. So yeah, there isn't really a lot to do at the minute, because I'm going to wait for a new spy before I make our next move against the Imperials. And next turn we're going to basically launch our strike on Aarhus, which will probably delay any Danish attack against us. I'm going to recruit an additional unit of town militia, maybe not actually. I don't know, I don't want to recruit anything in Antwerp at this exact minute in time.
My lord.
Captain Gregory, I want you to gather on the border by the way and be ready.
We'll make camp here, sire.
We will hit Edinburgh basically next turn, so that's when we'll make our move.
Yes, Your Highness.
Yeah, still nothing he can do against those Inquisitors, so he's just basically there permanently. I'm sure he'll die at some point anyway, I mean...
Not even royalty escapes God's judgment.
It's 46, so he'll die soon. Shame you can't make priests do priest on priest combat or something, by the way, just to fuck each other over. But then again, Millet would probably win through, you know, being a cardinal and all that shit. Right, just keep it tight. Tell you what, why don't you do a little pilgrimage up north and maybe have a little look in on the Imperials for me. And yeah, how are we doing here? We've got plenty of good troops available now. Levy a few more spears and... because I'm going to start planning a new attack on the French. I want Bordeaux. Even if it puts me near the bloody Portuguese, it could be useful to me. Dijon will have to wait because it's a very powerfully defended town, but then again the armies I am hoarding in Paris may be appropriate for our next move. Going to Poitiers basically stands now as my biggest enemy. Let's get this spy recruited, because you know what, if I'm recruiting in Reims, he can swing by Dijon first, then loop up to Frankfurt, which is also the imperial capital. Taking that's going to mean a lot to me. But for now, we're going to jump onto the next turn. We'll make our move on the Scottish next turn. You know what? We're just going to bite the bullet on any consequences we get. We've gotten. I mean, let's face it. I don't think there's much further we can sink down in this game. I think we're pretty much at our low point anyway. But, you know, if this is our low point, then, you know, I can't wait to see our high point. Let's move on to the next turn, my friends.
Entering woods and preparing to ambush, my lord.
I'm convinced these turn transitions just get longer and longer and longer, even though I keep fast forwarding them. Right. Things to worry about. French assassins being spotted in my lands. I don't like that. Reims should have my new agents ready. So I've got Hugh Harford, who is a spy. He has a 75% chance of infiltrating Dijon this turn. I'd say do it, but I know what's going to happen, but... oh, fuck it, let's just... look, it's the majority chance, but let's face it. Whenever I play these Total War games, the percentages are always reversed for me, is what I'll say. I wonder if that Danish princess is going to marry me, by the way. Not that I'm after a marriage, it's just that maybe then the Danish will stop being annoying. A marriage alliance would be useful. I wonder if I'll ever get a new princess. I'll have to look at the family tree for that one. Alright, don't bugger it up, lad. I really should just stop wasting my time on these people, like I say every time I watch this go wrong. How do you even do that with it? Oh, fuck's sake. It's like XCOM with these guys, right. Do I even want to build another one? Like, seriously, this Thieves Guild is fucking wasting my money. Get me a new spy, because I need intel. What did... Oh, we learned fuck all about Dijon, by the way. Right, you.
Who do you
Henry
want dead?
Easington. The end game is kill Le Win Degree.
Name thy target.
77% chance to eliminate him. What about me left?
You have a target
23%.
my king.
I won't want a French Pope on the
Name
throne.
thy target.
27% chance to kill an Imperial diplomat. Right. See if we can
You have a
make our
target
move
in
towards
mind, my
this
king.
Le Quin.
Today is a particularly good day to die.
He's currently near one of my watchtowers, so maybe
Sacre bleu. You can see me?
I can see you. Mission success, by the way. We've been given some mailed knights in my capital for successfully blockading Bordeaux for a while. I don't really want to continue blockading Bordeaux because I have Danish people to worry about, except they've all buggered off. Oh yeah. That's because the Danish have just suddenly realised I'm about to conquer Aarhus, so yeah. Right, Humphrey, make the drop off.
Sire, we are leaving the ships.
Martin,
Will, sire.
or Franz.
To battle it is then, sire.
Martin would be a better name, but yeah. He's going to start making his way to
Continuing
Aarhus,
tomorrow,
and we will
sir. Aye, sir.
lay siege to that town next turn. Blockade the port of Aarhus while we're here. We might draw in the
Blocking
Danish
access to
navy,
their port,
and it
my
makes
lord.
our relations with Poland worse. Of course. It's probably because they're trading with Poland, so that's just pissed off Poland, but well. Oh well. By the way, Angers has recruited some levy spears, Staufen some dismounted feudal knights, Reims an assassin. Reims did recruit a spy as well, but he's fucking dead, so yeah. Cairo, I need better troops out of Cairo soon. But to be honest, I can't afford that drill square just yet. But I want to, in a way, I want to save up the money just to get that drill square done next time. Alexandra, do you have any decent troops I can just quickly borrow? Like, yeah, Hobilars, they're alright. Can I borrow the Hobilars and these spear militia, please? Because it's going to piss Alexandria right off. So, recruit some additional spear militia to keep the peace, and I'd say work on an abbey actually, because you know what, an abbey will probably just keep us up. But work on some council chambers as well, and maybe recall your governor or something like that. Yeah, maybe we could recall Christopher back to the area, because yeah, Cairo lived.
Yes.
There we go. It's just a bit of a juggling act, but Cairo will get Rufus back very soon as well. At least Mr. Chapman's had a kid. Right, so you're heading up to 38% chance, right?
With discretion.
Not even risking that. End of turn report, by the way. Yeah, we could be doing better, really. Faction announcements. Margaret Chapman's been born as is. And Low-Flying Chamberlain. Sorry, I was going to say, the Chapman's just going to, like, fucking blow up. Admiral Nigel's dead, by the way. And Hugh Harford, our crap agent, had a. Actually, no, Hugh's our assassin, who's alright. At least I think he is. Actually, I don't think it was, no. That was our assassin who was useless. Harry Easington is actually our... Harry Estington is our assassin, so yeah. Don't know why he didn't use a dancer to distract the guard. Why did he even, like, try and summon the guards or something? He could have literally just had a walk around the city. He was already in the friggin' city. Oh well, I'm not going to question our logic right now, because I think that might give me a headache. Anyway, Rennes has completed a fairground and Bruges a market. So Rennes is going to pull in more money for me. We could actually start working on a merchant's wharf as well, or a naval academy, or a shipwright. But I'm going to actually work on a merchant's wharf here in order to increase the amount of trade we're bringing into the area. And yeah, you will be in Edinburgh this turn now, so I want to launch the siege of Iverness. But we've got to do it quick, because literally the second we do it, Prince Kennedy is going to walk up to us and go, "Here, you what?" and like fucking murder us. In a way, it would be more ideal if I'd had artillery available to me, but that is something that is a luxury I will have to live without. So, if we make this quick, and I'd say scubble up some troops. What do we have in Antwerp? We have an alright army, and let's face it, Prince Kennedig's army.
My respects to you, Your Majesty.
Prince Kennedig's army isn't exactly fantastic, so if we get some additional billmen out of Cayenne and we'll ship them up to Antwerp, yeah, we'll be fine, right? Ivanus,
Hail, my king.
Send all but one unit of peasant archers to Edinburgh and initiate the siege.
As you will, my king. To battle.
It's a risky move, but at the same time, an opportunity to bring down the Scottish once and for all, and make them the first faction to be eliminated by the game, is going to be is a big opportunity, and I don't want to miss out on it. Especially as I will be the first person in this game to execute.
Laying siege, noble sire.
The spy has actually opened the gate as well, so we could just move in this turn, which actually is more tempting. Hold your ground for 2 seconds,
We shall prevail.
Gregory, will you link up this turn? No,
By
you
your
won't.
command.
Right. That's
March
fine.
to exhaustion,
War declared
sire.
bad between England and Scotland. But
Hail,
you know
my
what?
king.
Well, I say the gates will be open. To be honest, I'm a little dubious as to that, because the last time I did this, the gates didn't open. But it's a big opportunity.
As you command, my liege.
You know what? Maybe this will be the first time a spy proves himself useful, and it will prevent a counter-attack from the Scottish currently lurking near Antwerp, because they'll just revert to being rebels, I would suspect. I can't remember what happens in the event of losing all your cities. I assume it's elimination, but I don't know. Let's just move in and commit to the assault. Let's finish a faction. And King David will make his heroic last stand. However, he faces overwhelming odds. Oh, he actually doesn't, because the strength ratio is actually 5 to 6 in his favour. However, those ballista will not last long against my cavalry anyway, so I do not fear them. Let's fight this on a battle map and say goodbye to what was once an ally. However, they have now outlived their usefulness. I wish to unite Britain once and for all. Let's fight this and finish it.
Honor and glory await England, men!
Strength of God will enable us. A small but faithful band to overcome the multitude of faithless. I think the Scottish are quite committed to faith, I don't know.
Our foes are ungodly beasts, and so we are but the swords in the hands of the hosts of heaven. We do God's glorious work, and if we fall, we do so in His cause. If we triumph, we do so because He has willed an English victory. Now, bow your heads. Then, let's to the appointed task. Those Scots over there need to be killed. But we do them a kindness, because that way they escape their shrieking, shrill, and horrid wives. Women better suited to gutting fish than pleasing men. And now, I trust my life and victory to the judgment of the Almighty, for I know our cause to be true and just. So pray, you miserable English buggers, and make sure God knows you think the same!
Well, we'll have a good fish gutting industry soon. We will have many fish. We'll have a diet of fish. Right, let's prepare to deploy.
Remember that the goal here is to capture the settlement, not destroy it. Buildings destroyed on the battlefield will also be destroyed on the campaign map. To capture the settlement, you must kill or rout the entire enemy army or hold the central plaza.
Well, hello there. I honestly don't remember asking you your opinion on anything. In fact, I'm pretty sure you've been switched off the entire campaign. Since I switched advisors off anyway, because I was sick of you interfering on everything I did, but if you didn't remember, guys, yeah, but then again, how am I gonna destroy this? What? I don't even have any siege weapons. They have siege weapons. If they want to blow up their own settlement, that's their issue. Right. Men. Knights. You will lead a very decisive charge into the city. You will barrel over those ballistas before they even have a chance to do anything. Archers, you will provide general road support. Billmen and spears, you're just happy to be here, right? Let's go do this.
By St. George, our spy has done it! He's opened the gates!
Yeah, they look very open. He's fucking not done it, hasn't he? Right. Get in there now, or I am going to throw some major shit at you. Like, you gotta fucking barrel through the gates or something, either way. Spy, get the gates open. There's a ballista there just sat there taunting me. Like, are we actually going to get in the city, by the way? We better get in the fucking city. Spy, don't let me down here. Thank you. Right. Get in there and run that ballista down before it can get anywhere. Archers in the city now.
Today. We've captured the enemy's walls.
Try and destroy the enemy from a distance as well. But I'm not too familiar with the layout of this town. It seems like quite a nice town at least. So the Scottish have built me something nice to use, but...
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
It'd be pretty cool, by the way, because I know this kind of happened before, but imagine if factions got a second chance, like, because the Scottish really were dealt a bad hand in this campaign. Imagine if they get a chance to come back if, say, Edinburgh fucking rebels or something. But that isn't going to happen because I'm not going to allow it. Right. Looks like King David is on his way to say hello. I think we should return the favour. Get in there and see that he is dead. Levy spears. Throw yourselves into the mix as well if you can. Either way. Eliminate the so-called King of Scotland. They've proven so far to me to be nothing but a useless venture. I thought aligning with the strategic investments. Instead, they just sat and loitered in their province, and that lovely dashing prince who was so kind enough to marry my, William's only daughter, went and got himself killed overseas in parts unknown. How it happened, I still do not know. Did he fucking sink his boat? Did he attempt to siege Antwerp? I don't know. Anyway, the Danes have just proven themselves to be, well, not the Danes, but the Danes will fall soon because we are going to deal with them very, very soon as well, my friends. But no, the Scots have proven to be an unworthy foe and an unworthy ally. I have little respect for them, and therefore they shall die. I have more respect for the Danish, in fact, even though they have tragically decided to go to war with me. I thought they'd make a fine ally, but instead, it seems that the Venetians will now be my partner in my world affairs. And they intend to be making an alliance with the Spanish soon. I should arrange for a diplomat to go and say hello to them. Okay, knights, how are we doing? We're losing numbers, but our morale remains okay. We are carving a hole in King David's bodyguard. Since he is the faction leader, it is quite natural he will have the larger bodyguard. I'm not too keen on the potential of losing my guy, though. However, for now, he must stay committed to the fight. We can do it, lads. If we kill that king, I'll pull the general's bodyguard out for a breather. Oh, hang on, is it going to be general against king? I mean, you're not even a crown prince, but you're useful to me. Henry, isn't it, by the way? I think this is Henry. He was the one who had a bit of a violent thing going on to kind of mellow him out a bit. Anyway,
the battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
And that is exactly what we are doing. We are remaining true and steadfast and just pulling back. Right, men, we're not going to pursue just yet. Hold your horses, literally. Right. Let him run away. I have a plan for him. Not sure where the city plaza lies. That seems to be a bit of a mystery at the minute because it's so friggin' foggy. What is it with fog in this game, by the way? Right. Archers, move forward. We have just found a plaza, in fact. But you know what? Spears, you don't need to stretch yourselves out anymore. But I would like for you to establish yourselves a nice guarding formation here to prevent any further attacks. We're going to get the archers into position. We're going to try and lay some fire down on them. I'm not sure if that ballista will be able to hit us, however. We'll wait and see. But either way, we're going to try and pick him off with some arrows now and just see if that works out for us. Since he's both sides have taken a bit of a hit, really, in this initial engagement. Plenty of the king's bodyguard has died, and plenty of my bodyguard has died. Oh, did I mention, by the way, actually, last week I went to see Macbeth live, because we've got like a Shakespeare thing going on in our town. Good play, good play. Big burly Scottish lad playing Macduff. Macduff, the killer of the king, the tyrant of Scotland. Something like that. It didn't sound like that, by the way, I just can't do Scottish accents very well. Yet now, I kill the tyrant King David of Scotland. King David isn't a tyrant, he's just useless. Therefore, the natural order of things must take place. He must be displaced and replaced with someone who is actually more competent. I.e. me! And yes, I am big-headed, right. As archers are getting into position. Looks like we can't hit the enemy just yet though, so it looks like we're going to have to get ourselves in a little bit closer. That's fine, because I'm only using friggin' peasant archers, I'm not using anything good. Right. Shift yourselves up a little closer then, and we'll see what we can hit from here. I would like to think you can hit through from there, by the way, but not that far away. I know it's foggy. Knights, by the way, have yourselves in position here, so we can move up should the need be. I will say though, this is honestly such a nice town. Like, this is, you know, it looks really nice. And I'm glad it's going to belong to me. I mean, it's even got a great market. That'll make some great profits, right? Still can't hit anything just yet, which is a shame. Tell you what, archers, move out in front. I'll have to see how close I can get you in, but basically once you're in, I'm going to take some pot shots, and if the enemy takes pot shots back, then I know what to do. Burning ammo, by the way. The ballista's spotted us, and it's attacking us. So, get into position. Get into position, I say, you idiot, because that was just like so many men who I've just lost there. Right. Get a few volleys out and try and burn that thing back. Luckily its accuracy is not the best, but at the same time it hasn't really got a lot of margin for this thing. Let's just see if we can try and burn it down. I should take down one of the operators. That's getting a response out of the king, right. Archers, pull back, he's committing to a charge. As you say, pull back, and then he fails to pull back. Knights, pull it back, pull it back. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Get in there. He's retreating. But you know what? I'm not waiting around. Chase him down. We'll deal with ballistas in the mix, because he won't be able to hit us without hitting himself, basically. Archers, I want to pull around the flank. Billman, I know you're very far behind, but if you'd like to join us, you are most welcome to do so. Right. Henry. No dilly-dallying now. The mailed knights have thrown themselves into combat to try and bring down the king. It's your duty as an Englishman to bloody help him out. So get in there and do your duty for England. Or as we'll now call ourselves, Britain. We'll just call ourselves England. England rules all now. We rule all. Right. Doing good, we're doing good, we're doing good, we're doing good. Keep it up, lads. General's bodyguard shrinking at a nice rate now. I've got his spears just desperately running around now. Keep it up, lads. I know you win. How you? Well, right. They're winning because I haven't made them do a lot of running already. Either way, ready, one.
St. George protect us. Our general lies slain upon the battlefield. Charge!
I didn't want him to die, but it's a worthy sacrifice. Men. Losing some morale now across the board, but men, hold strong. You can do it. We can bring down that Scottish bastard. We can do it properly. There we go. You there, Sir Knight.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Okay, you there, Sir Knight. Challenge him to a one-on-one duel.
The enemy king lies dead, slain by our gallant warriors. Attack while his men mourn their loss.
I should be more careful where I point this mouse, because it seems that whoever I point it at dies very
our men
quickly.
have taken control of the city.
Alright, finish the job. Do this one for Robert. Or Henry. I'm very ignorant of my guys' names, I am sorry, but finish the job now. We've almost got this one done. Good. We can bring down the last of this fool, and then we shall be a united island, once and for all. No one will ever invade us again, even though we had to invade the British Isles to become England, but that's a different story. Stop calling me a hypocrite. Right. Finish my job, lads. Nearly got it over and done with. Just got this one pathetic Scotsman trying to make his last stand, and he is down. Anyone else dare stand against us?
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
You've done a fine job, men. We've eliminated a useless ally and an unworthy faction. First faction to be eliminated in the game, in fact. And our losses were very few, even if quite tragic.
The day is ours, sire. This is English soil now.
The people of Edinburgh will resist us. I hate to do it, but we're going to have to do some extermination. But it helps me out to a lot of money. Right.
We'll make camp here, sire.
We've done it. Henry did die his noble death, however, so we may need to arrange for a governor to come over. The enemy army has routed. Kenedig McFucklin, or Fulshire,
I'd welcome a trial by arms to end this feud.
now has gone rogue. We'll bring him down some other way, or Samuel will pay him off.
Approaching their dignitary, sire.
Listening is all we shall promise ye.
Try and bribe this person. See if he will. See if he will join us.
No, we cannot quite accept this.
Right. Annoying.
Aye, farewell.
But we tried. Trait decrease, by the way. It makes King Rufus a little less chivalrous. Still, relations with Scotland worsened somehow. And then it got even worse. And then Edinburgh's caught on fire, and then boom. Long legacy, that's laughable, has come to an end by my hand. We now hold celebrations in my honour of my glorious conquest of their dominion. And now, yes, everyone toasts my righteous reign.
Orders.
Okay.
We can go no further.
Got things
today,
to do then.
sire.
First things first, Alfred.
Where to, sire?
Probably getting on in here. Actually, no, he ain't that old. But yeah, Alfred, I have need of you now in my
I am
lands.
spent, sire. I shall continue tomorrow.
Still, feels good to be king. With this town under my control, you know what I am going to do, even if it's going to mean spending money. We are going to get that lovely new garrison set up in Cairo now. We are going to work on that militia drill square, even if it's like, you know, sat there eating my money. We will need it available, but yeah, basically I'm just basically going to put it down as my down payment. We'll get that. I mean, we'll try to just make sure we have 4,800 florins left at the end of this turn. There are other things we can build in this area, by the way. We've got access to city watches, catapult makers. Recruitment options here are pretty weak, but building a fairground will help us increase the amount of money we can pull in from the city. I mean, we have a market. I thought it was a great market, but oh well. But yeah, we could build markets, tanners, farms, abbeys. I think we'll set up a new fairground in order to pull in more money from the town, and then we'll find other ways to spend the rest of our money. The Pope's a little pissed that I've probably killed a faction and then set fire to things, but yeah, that's how I had to do it. It's given me a mixed reputation, but it's always been quite mixed. And at the end of the day, you know what? I'm happy with what happened. We'll finish off Prince Kenedig as time allows. Still have a more important issue of planning an attack on Frankfurt and taking Aarhus from the Danish. I suspect the Danish may have to be my next target now. They only have 3 provinces, well, 4 provinces. We may be able to conquer them quickly, or we may conquer them slowly. If we're capturing Aarhus and Hamburg would be a great boon to myself. And if we hold on to those territories, we can move to sweep the Imperials away. Either way, we're definitely going leaps and bounds in this campaign now, faster than I originally thought. Maybe I'm too used to losing at Total War and I'm not used to winning. Either way, I shall see you on the next episode, my friends, or we shall make our next move against our new enemy. See you there, my friends.